Hi, it's Richard here from Intelligent Advisor IT Consulting with the second part of our self-referencing relationship video in our relationships and entity learning journey. Rather than repeat what's in the article, we'll do things a little bit backwards. We'll start with the result. Here is the result. It's a list of purchased items with a unit price, a quantity, and a line total, and a total at the bottom of the receipt, and a personalized offer message underneath. From the previous chapter, you'll remember that the personalized offers are created as instances of a promotional message entity. So in that personalized offer, you can see there are 1, 2, 3 items, 4 items rather, which have been separated by commas. So each one of those items before the comma represents one of the instances, and we've concatenated them into a single string. So if we look at the purchased items, there are all the purchased items. Not all of these items have triggered a promotional message. And there's the promotional messages. We have 4 promotional messages. In the article, you will remember that we assigned a ID to each of the messages in our Word files. So this is number 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So they are instanced like that. We've also, for each of them, we've looped through the next promotional message. We've looped through the closest promotional message. And for each of them, we have grabbed the closest promotional message. So that for number 1, the closest promotional message is in fact promotional message number 2. For number 2, the closest promotional message is actually message number 3. For message number 3, the closest promotional message is number 4. For number 4, there is no closest promotional message since we've reached the end. So we're going to loop through these and look at the closest promotional message. We'll also verify if there are any next promotional messages, because that way we can tell that if there's no closest and no next promotional messages, we must be at the end. So we're going to loop through all of these, and we're going to grab the next promotional message for each of them. And that means that we're going to end up with, we will concatenate the results so that message number 1 will have a final message, which will be the promotional message from number 2 and number 3 and number 4. So in fact, we get our own message plus the message for number 2, plus the message for number 3, and plus the message for number 4. So we concatenate them all into one single message. The item with the longest message, in this case, must be the one that has the complete message, because if item number 4 has only one concatenated message, its own, item number 3 has its own plus the following one, item number 2 has number 3, so it's number 2, number 3, and number 4. Item number 1 has number 1, number 2, and number 3, and number 4. So it's the longest of them all, which is the one that interests us. So this is the final text, this is the longest message, and we can then grab that and make it a little more friendly by including some text to say, this is your personalized offer, and this happy shopping. In terms of rules, this means it's a bit wacky because we're going to have a whole set of different exciting things. We're going to slightly modify from last time the table. I've added I've added another message or two, and we've made sure that all of the messages have a numeric ID, and the numeric ID is unique, which we use when we're going through the messages. And then we come to how do you actually make the string. The string is, first of all, made here by checking to see which messages belong in the next message relationship and which message belong in the closest promotional message. So we build 2 self-referential relationships and use them to work out that, for example, for message number 1, the closest next message is number 2. For message number 2, the closest next message is number 3. Because once we've done that, we can then loop through all of the messages, grabbing the closest message to the current message, and that allows us to loop through and concatenate message 1 with message 1, 2, 3, and 4, message 2 with message 2, 3, and 4, message 3 with message 3 and 4, and message 4 just with message 4. It's a bit wacky. It's a bit fun. It's kind of a kind of excessive example just for the sake of demonstrating a few features. The other feature that we mentioned in the article was the fact that we once again are using aliases, but in this case, we actually need to use a second alias within the same rule because we don't want to get mixed up between the other promotional message and then an alias again for promotional message. So in this case, we've used the further promotional message. So watch out for situations where 2 or more aliases may be required because you're performing 2 or more comparisons of instances of the same entity. That's it for now. Enjoy reading the article. See you soon.